Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon. Welcome to Yoga New Mexico, where we focus on empowerment, alignment, and strength. Thank you so much for being here. You are in the right place, capable and strong. So, what are we going to do today? Crescent Lunges. 25-minute class dedicated to focusing on crescent lunges to get you awake and ready to start your week. Go ahead and roll out your mat, and I will roll the intro screen. So go ahead and find yourself standing here at the top of your mat, heel toe your feet together, roll your shoulders back. Your hands can be here by your sides or bring them up to heart center, prayer position, however you like. Roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping the steady breath in through our nose, out through our nose. Seeking to take those really deep breaths. Fill your lungs, filling everything up. And on your exhales, you softly exhale. Don't let that air rush out. Keep a little control in your exhales. Allow your mind to settle on an intention for your short practice this morning. Something uplifting, something positive, something that's going to give you a lot of energy to flow through your day, flow through your week. So, now that you have that intention, sealing our intention, 3 cleansing breaths. So, in through the nose and out the mouth. In through your nose, inhale, 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 and out through the mouth. One more, inhale through the nose, inhale, inhale, open up your eyes, hands up overhead, exhale, let it go, slight back bend. Inhale, hands up overhead, exhale, fold all the way down, forward fold. Keep flowing, inhale, half lift, flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high into your toes as you come into a little bit of a ball. Exhale, chin into chest, relax. Then inhale your glutes up, you exhale, heels down, relax, forward fold. And chin is the last to rise, slow and steady, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes, exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, swan dive, all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high into your toes, coming to your ball. Exhale, relax, chin into chest, forehead to your knees. Then inhale, glutes up into forward fold. Exhale, relax, forward fold. Inhale slow, coming all the way up, hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, swan dive, all the way down, forward fold. Very good. One more, inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. You inhale high onto those toes into your ball. Exhale, chin into chest, forehead to knees, round your spine. And inhale, come on up. Exhale, relax, forward fold. Then slow, steady inhale brings you all the way up. Hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, slow with control, swan dive, all the way down, forward fold. Just relax in your forward fold. Feel free to interlace your arms a little bit, just hang. A little bit of a ragdoll maybe, just Hang loose, head, neck, and shoulders. Relax completely. Feel free to put a little bend in your knees if you wish. Hands on the mat. Go ahead and step it back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your down dog. Move it around. All right, getting started here. So left leg, bring it through in the base of your crescent lunge and set down that back knee. Untuck your toes. Hands up overhead. Modified crescent lunge. Breathe, create space. Keep your focus here in your crescent lunge. So don't move your knee or your hips or anything, but hinging from your hips actually, gently tilt your torso towards the back of the mat just a little bit. This will really open up that front hip flexor, that part of our front body here. Moving back to a more neutral position, right hand comes on down on the inside of that foot and left hand up overhead for a twist. Keeping with your full breath, you got it. Left hand comes onto that left knee, right hand meets that knee, and then roll your shoulders back, sinking into your hips. Remember, shoulders down and back, bring them down and back a little more, and eye gaze comes on up. Moving back to neutral, hands on the mat, tuck those back toes, downward facing dog. Here in your down dog, pedaling it out, focusing on your flat back. Then shift forward into plank, lower onto your knees, heels to your glutes, elbows stay glued in at your side body, lower halfway down, push it back up, then lower everything down to the mat, raise on up, up dog or cobra, whichever one you wish, and downward facing dog. Awesome job. Right leg comes through into that lunge, drop down to that back knee, hands on up overhead. Keep your focus, keep your breath. Before tilting back or forward, just keep a couple of steady breaths here. As always, if you need a sip of water, feel free. So from here in your modified crescent lunge, go ahead, tilt your torso on back. Back to neutral, left hand comes down, right hand up overhead. Very good. Right hand comes to your knee, left hand comes on up as well. One fancy move, roll your shoulders back and sink into your hips. Getting into that psoas, that front part of our hip flexor here. Moving back to neutral, and hands come on down to frame that foot. Tuck your back toes, downward facing dog. Okay, shift your weight forward, lower down to your knees, heels towards your glutes, and say it with me, chaturanga. Push it back up, and then lower all the way down. Come on up into that up dog, and downward facing dog. Excellent work. So left leg comes through, base of your, guess what pose? Crescent lunge, and then hands come on up overhead for your full crescent lunge. Keep your focus, keep your breath. About 4 or 5 more breaths in your crescent lunge. You've got it right here. Remember this knee stacked perfectly on top of that ankle, high on the back ball of that foot. Bring your hands to heart center. Right elbow twists towards that left knee. So if you only come about this far, that's perfectly fine. If you want to modify and come down and twist, you can do that as well. But wherever you are, just go slow, focus on your breath. And slowly come on back. Very good. Inhale, hands up. Exhale them all the way down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward into plank and modifying, if you wish, into a modified plank wherever you are, taking your optional chaturanga flow. Maybe you just even lower all the way down to the mat and raise on up into your up dog or cobra, and then downward facing dog. Okay, so next side, right foot comes on through, bring those hands on up, full crescent lunge. About 5 or 6 breaths here in your crescent lunge. Hips are nice and square with the front. Keep with your breath. And if your breath starts to quicken, try to slow it down just a little bit. You've got it. And hands come to heart center. So left elbow, right knee this time. So twist, bring it on down. And slowly, slowly come on back. Awesome job. And inhale, hands on up overhead. Exhale, bring them all the way down to the mat. And come on back, downward facing dog. Bring your weight forward into that plank, and we do our, say it with me, chaturanga. Push it back up, all the way down, raising up, up dog or cobra, whichever one you like, and then push it back into child's pose. Relax. Paying attention to how quickly you're breathing, seek to slow it down, just remaining in your child's pose, forehead on the mat, just relax. So this week the theme is crescent lunges, and in Wednesday's episode we'll be getting into that more and going over all the details of proper alignment and little tricks you can do to help, feel the stretch a little bit more, and certain ways you can kind of change how your posture is, if you will. So don't miss that. But here in your child's pose, relax. Shift your weight forward into that tabletop. Move it around. Then tuck your toes, maybe walk your hands out a little bit, and downward facing dog. Walking hands to feet, feet to hands for your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then chin is the last to rise, slowly, steadily coming all the way up. Hands up overhead. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale them by your side. Awesome job. So wherever you are on the mat, find yourself here standing at the front of your mat, because we're going to need this space behind us. So bring your hands on your hips. We're going to do a modified forehead to knee. So bring that left knee on up and then interlace those fingers underneath that leg. Keep with your breath, keep with your focus. Roll your shoulders back. And stay right here, you've got it. Maybe you're only lifting that leg off just a tiny bit, and that is fine wherever you are today. Totally cool. And then release your hands, bring them on up overhead. Use that strength, use that power, and bring this left foot back into a lunge. So all the way back. Check your alignment, make sure this knee's over or stacked over that ankle. Left hand comes down on the inside of that foot, right hand up overhead for a twist. And use your strength, bring it back up into that crescent lunge. Kind of an awkward transition, I know. Hands on your hips. And then shallow up your stance just a little bit. Trust that weight into your right foot. Come back into that modified standing forehead to knee. So you bring it all the way up and grab underneath. Very good. Set it on down. Shake it out. Move around. Okay, so next side. Right foot. Right knee, I should say, comes on up. And interlace those fingers underneath your knee. Roll your shoulders back, just staying right here. Very good. So, release your hands, bring them on up overhead, and this left foot shoots all the way back into your crescent lunge. Checking your alignment, hips are square, all those good things. Right hand comes on down, left hand up overhead. So if you're raising your hand right now because you have a question, you can put the questions in the comment box below. I know it's a dumb joke. But really though, if you do have any questions, feel free to, comments, whatever, put them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Okay, so use your core strength, engage the root of your spine, engage your core, and slowly come back up into that crescent lunge. Awesome job. Hands on your hips. Shallow up your stance a tiny bit here so you can trust that weight into that left leg and bring that right knee up. Modified. Standing forehead to knee. And set it on down. Cha-cha it out, move around, get loose. Let's get down to the mat. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, let it go, sigh. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, bring it all the way down, forward fold. Hands on the mat, nice strong hands on the mat. Step, walk, jump, teleport back into your plank. And from here, simply lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes and relax those hands on down. Big belly breaths into the mat. It's going to help relax your low back. Always getting a sip of water whenever you feel you need one. If you're still laying here on your stomach on your mat, go ahead and roll onto your back for our first Shavasana. Shavasana, just hanging out, just relax. Those feet fall apart. Remember seeking to slow your breath, coming back to your intention. So in the theme of our crescent lunges here, there's other complementary poses we can do. Happy baby is an excellent one, but let's explore this on both sides. So let's just bring your right knee up and going into a half happy baby. So bring that hand on the outside of your foot and this right elbow inside of this right knee here. And just hang out. You might want to move this leg out a little bit to kind of help provide you some balance, but you should be able to really feel this in your hamstring. If you have to reach up and grab, that's okay, but try to relax this hamstring as much as you can. I know it's hard, it's kind of awkward maybe, but just rock it back and forth a little bit. From here, let's go into a full happy baby. So go ahead and grab that other foot. Lots of things really happen in our crescent lunges that need to be open, hips and hamstrings and, even our calves. And so it really helps to do poses like this, because if you want to talk about getting those hips nice and open, then this definitely helps. So release that right hand and bring it on down. So half happy baby now, holding our left here. And release. Bring it on down. Shake it out. Move around. So let's go the opposite direction now. So left foot, bring it on up. If you need to move this right leg out a little bit to give yourself some balance, go ahead. And then full happy baby, bring that other foot on up. Release this left foot, let it come on down. And release your right foot, let it come on down. Shake it out, maybe bob your knees, wave your ankles back and forth. Bend your knees, bring them on up. And then letting the soles of your feet come together and just let those knees drop on out. Almost at the end of our practice here, so close your eyes, 5 breaths. Release those legs on down, coming into your Shavasana. So yes, we are at the end of our practice, but we still have one more pose, our Shavasana. So take this time to relax. 10 breaths, that's all we need right here, just 10 solid breaths. Make them count. In through your nose, out through your nose. 9 more to go. Inhale through your nose, fill your belly, fill your lungs. Slow exhale out through your nose. At least 5 more breaths. Really making each breath count. Choosing to stay right here in your Shavasana. Or if you wish, wiggling those toes, wiggling those fingertips. Feel free to gently come on up, meeting me in a seated position. Thanking you so much for joining me on this short practice this morning. I hope you have an absolutely awesome and beautiful week. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We still have 2 more classes this week to finish out this theme of crescent lunges and learning more about that. So thank you so much for being here. As always, you are a magnificent human being. You are in the right place, capable and strong. Namaste.